Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, proud to be the world's #1 community for brilliant childcare leaders. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Elif Childcare Insurance. Give Blake a call at 972-232-2258 to get a free quote on childcare business insurance today. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast our hosts, Brian and Carol Dupre.
Welcome to episode 66 of the Childcare Genius podcast.
We're your hosts, Brian and Carol Dupre.
Now, before we get started today, I want to let everybody know that tickets are now on sale for the Childcare Genius Live Conference, Las Vegas, April 14 through 16, 2024. We're so excited for this. Tell you, we did a conference in Jamaica last September, and that was a big hit. We had almost 100 people there. Well, now we're doing a live conference in the United States. And we're going to be doing this April 14, 15, and 16. And it's going to be the most advanced childcare conference in the world.
And no sales pitches.
No sales pitches at all on our stage. We just don't believe in them. And we will not be selling anything from stage. Our vendors won't be selling anything from stage because we're not going to have a vendor hall. We're going to do things completely different. All of our speakers are going to be Childcare Genius University faculty members. You can't buy your way up on our stage by, giving us money and becoming a sponsor and buying your way up on stage to try to sell you something. We just don't believe in that. We want all childcare content or related content. So that's why we're doing things differently.
And owners and directors will have different experiences. They will be in different rooms with different speakers.
Yeah, something nobody else has done at these conferences. So normally when you put childcare owners and directors in the same room, one of them is going to be bored because his content is usually owner focused or director focused. And we want to change that experience. So for the first 2 days, we are having an owner room with owner-related content. Directors will not be allowed. And in the director room, we're going to have director-related content where the owners will not be allowed. And we're going to keep them separate for the first 2 days. We're going to sync up your breaks. We're going to sync up your lunch. We're going to sync up the end of the day. So when you go on break, you get to go on break with your team. You get to go lunch with your team. And at the end of the day, you get to go hang out with them at the same time. But we want different experiences for them. Now, the cool thing is on day 3, it changes. On day 3, we're going to have 2 different rooms. But in one room, we're going to do an expansion 201, or you can call it expansion boot camp. It is going to be all expansion the whole day. We're going to be talking about how, everything from how to find a location, how to finance a location, how to grow, how to market, everything for expansion. It's going to be an amazing course. If you have any interest in expansion, you're going to want to be at the expansion 201 room. If you're not interested in expansion, on the other side, in the next room, we're going to be doing a leadership boot camp, which is called Leadership 201. It's an advanced leadership course. It's going to be for owners and directors. Owners that are not interested in expansion can go in the leadership run, and it's going to be all day on leadership, how to develop leadership, how to develop your team, how to follow up, and how to retain good talent all through leadership. So it's going to be an amazing leadership day. So I can't wait. It's going to be an amazing experience.
And each day we're going to do poolside networking and coaching with our professors in our university.
Yep. So we did this in Jamaica, and it was a huge hit. They said, some people said it was the favorite part of their event. So we're going to bring this back, and we're going to be doing poolside coaching and networking in the afternoons in the pool. And we're going to be doing this conference at the Golden Nugget Hotel, downtown Las Vegas, and much better than the Strip. If you've ever been to a childcare conference on the Strip, it's $12 for a cup of coffee on the Strip and $20 for a sandwich. Downtown, you can get a $4.99 burger, fries, Coke. There's McDonald's down there. There's Pizza Hut. There's a whole bunch of different restaurants, and you can get a very affordable meal. Hotel rooms are under $100 a night, so it's a very affordable place, and yet a very fun place to go for a
And
conference.
the night experience downtown is incredible.
It's going to be fun.
It is.
And we're going to be right downtown on the Fremont Experience. So $5.99 for owners, $4.99 for directors. Tickets are on sale now.
And visit childcaregenius.com to purchase tickets.
So we hope you go get your tickets today. This conference will sell out. We have a limited number of tickets on the owner side and a limited number of tickets on the director side. So this month, we're going to do a series on men in childcare. This is week 2 of a 4-part series. And we're excited about this series.
And all guests are men building a childcare business without a spouse or a significant other.
And men represent a very small part of childcare. We represent probably less than 2% of staff nationwide, more in some areas, less in some areas. But as far as the ownership, an ownership without a spouse, it's probably less than half of 1%. It's a very, very small amount. I coach a couple men who do the without a spouse or significant other. It does raise some significant challenges, but we wanted to feature them to encourage more men to get into the childcare ownership or the childcare working business. So today's guest is Jagadeesh Putchala. Jagadeesh owns Children's Lighthouse of Chantilly, Virginia. Jagadeesh centers in the final stage of construction, and he's scheduled to open this month. And we're so excited. I've been coaching him for 6 months now, getting him ready to open. And I'm so happy that we're getting him right there. He's going to talk in this podcast about some of the challenges he faces along the way, some of the mistakes he made, and how coaching helped him along the way. And we know you're going to enjoy this episode.
So let's get Jagadeesh on the line.
Hi, Jagadeesh. Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast. How are you today?
I'm good, Brian and Carl. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Really good.
All right. Okay.
So we're up here in Maine, as you see, and Carol, it's getting late in 2023. Summer's gone, and up here in Maine, the leaves are all falling down, and we're losing our tan, and we're getting sad because winter's coming. Where are you located, Jagadeesh?
So we are in Chantilly, Virginia, in Loudoun County, in Northern Virginia. It's 30 miles west of Washington, D.C.
Ah, pretty area.
This time of the year, it gets chilly, but not cold. But the weather goes back and forth. Like this week now, we have a stretch of hot days the next 4 days. So that's good to have.
Guys get a lot of snow down there?
Not much, but when it does snow, all hell breaks loose, even a half inch. Yeah.
They don't know how to drive down there, don't they?
No, not at all.
They close schools, like when you get a little dusting, right? That
Yes,
always
they
makes me
do.
laugh.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We can get 2 feet of snow in their school the next day. Everybody goes to work. Our centers, never close unless it's a ice storm or blizzard warning. We've only closed school, I think, 4 times in 20 years. It's just, if we were to close school for snow, we'd always be closed.
That's all winter.
You just learn to live with it. So it's funny how I see different areas, and our kids are playing outside 20 degrees, no problem at all. And other states like 40 and they're inside freezing.
Yeah, like right here it's 60 and you don't see any kids outside, man.
Yeah, it's all relative. Up in Alaska, they play when it's 0 outside.
Oh, yeah.
We don't go below 20, but in Alaska, they go all the way to 0. They're outside. Crazy. So we wanted to get you on today. We're doing a series on men in childcare. And there's not a whole lot of men running childcare centers. Statistically, it's a very small percent of the population. And I found 4 guys that, run childcare centers without the benefit of having a spouse or significant other help them. And we wanted to bring you on. I've been working with you. I've been coaching you for several months now. You're getting ready to open your very first childcare center. And so tell me a little bit about your school and how you got into this crazy childcare business.
Right. So my school is called Children's Lighthouse of Chantilly. And first of all, my wife Shimona, and I are very fond of children, have always been. We love being around them and watch them grow. We have 2 of our own. And our home has always been a playground for all the neighborhood kids. And so we just love seeing children grow, just being around them. And I also think that proper education is a necessary foundation for everyone. And I personally am very fortunate to have had very good access to academic education since early childhood, since throughout my childhood. But looking back, I realized that I needed some practical skills imparted as well, like individual, social, and life skills, which I believe I could have gotten them, but I did not. And I could have used them now after I'm all grown up. That said, my journey into childcare began with my own experiences as a parent. I was able to relate to my kids' experiences, what they're going through, to my own, and wanted them to have access to more opportunity to learn all the skills that I couldn't. And this desire led me to thinking of Children's Lighthouse, opening a Children's Lighthouse, the early learning school in my community, so that I could offer a nurturing environment where we prioritize both academic and practical skills. My background in software development inspired my passion for quality education, and now I strive to provide a holistic learning experience for every child in our care in a safe environment.
Interesting. I love that.
Yeah. So why did you decide to go the franchise route instead of opening your own brand?
So my background not being in childcare, I needed a established system that has robust policies and proven methods. I did not want to stumble, make mistakes, because I cannot afford that right now. And not just for my sakes, but for the kids in my care's sakes as well. So such a framework, I believe, provides a solid foundation for our early learning school. The ongoing support structure ensures that we maintain high quality standards, while built-in accountability helps us continuously improve. We don't want to stay the same. We want to keep on improving ourselves to get better and better each day. And having the built-in accountability measures definitely help you move in the right direction. So this, the structure, the system, the policies, the accountability measures, they help towards my goal of creating a nurturing and empowering environment in an efficient manner.
Now, I've been coaching for a few months now, so I know the Children's Lighthouse brand, but I didn't know it much when I first met you. And it seems really like a really good franchise, and you have a beautiful building. I can't wait to see it when it's done. I've been watching the construction going along. How big is your building going to be, and how many kids are you going to be licensed for?
So the building is going to be around 12,000 square foot. And right now we are licensed for 202 kids in our building. Yeah. So we do have 3 separate playground areas, a half basketball hoop, and a splash pad for the kiddos for the summer.
Nice.
And you're easily identifiable by the big lighthouse on top of your building?
Yes, we love the lighthouse. We chose red color because it's my son's favorite color. And at night it glows red, and it's a beacon in our neighborhood.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously you've been at this. How long have you been in the construction phase? Like when did this go? I know you're getting ready to open, but how long have you been planning this and preparing, and how long the process from start to finish to get
right? So the process could have gone faster, but we started right around COVID hit, and 6 months, a year before that. And at that time, we started researching different franchises, and we chose Children's Lighthouse because it's more family oriented. It's a very small franchise, at that time, 50 number and counting. It's a up and coming franchise. So we met with the family, and it's very down to earth owner of this franchise, and we were able to relate to their core values as well. So it's been quite a journey if I had opened it right around COVID, I would have gotten all kinds of, I would have been hit with all kinds of negative things and I would not have survived. But the process itself has been very long. You have to find multiple locations that are suitable to sustain 200 kids in the area, right? And then you go through different zoning processes with the county. And long story short, after searching for a year or so, we ended up with the land. And then comes the process of searching your architect, the civil engineer, the general contractor. It's a long journey. But it took me close to 3 years from the time we closed on our land to in a month or so, we'll be all finished with our construction.
Yeah, it's the longest process in childcare, start of ground up build. It's 1 to 3 years we've seen on a lot of the ones that we've coached through. And it's definitely the most arduous, the most time consuming, it's the costliest. But you have the newest building, you have the newest you're the shiny new object in town that people want. So, in the long run, it's worth the effort and the energy and the cost. Boy, it takes you a while to start making money. You got to really put a lot into these things, and it's not for the people who don't have patience. That's for sure.
Yes, right.
And
You're
setbacks, right? I coached a guy in Tennessee. He opened 8 months after he thought he was going to open. And have you had pushbacks and setbacks too?
Yes. And so along the way, there was a permit issue, and we had a setback of 6 months there. And after that, we had a supply chain issue towards the tail end of it, and we had a couple of weeks of setbacks there. And connecting with the different vendors and their scheduling conflicts made my schedule slide by another 3 weeks or so. So all in all, throughout this whole 3-year process, I had a setback of around 8-9 months now.
Yeah, that's great.
If you don't mind sharing, what is one business goal you've set for 2024?
Right. So 2024, I have 3 business goals. So the first one is to firmly establish Children's Lighthouse. Make sure that the roots take hold and make sure that the operation is going very smoothly. The second goal is to go one step above the bare minimum requirements. I don't want to just meet the bare minimum requirement. I want to go one step above and stand out from the competition to show why Children's Lighthouse is the place for the kids to be. And my third goal is to work on my finances and set aside some money so that I can start preparing for my second location.
Excellent
Nice.
goals.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have a good coach that's helping you set those goals.
Yes.
That's awesome. And so if I had a magic wand and I could just wave it and you can go back and change one thing with this process, what mistake would you want to rectify or change through this whole building process?
So, along the way, I had many decision points that I had to make choices. So I would point out to do very good research on who you are choosing to partner with, because that will be a relationship you need to have for at least 2 years or 3 years. You want them to be good, responsible people that are timely and punctual, that are willing to go an extra mile to help you reach your goals. I think that would be something that comes with experience, your own experiences, and also something that your friends and network that would suggest to you, so that you know that you're making the good decision. So that would be what I would consider a few turning points during this journey.
Well, they say you don't know what you don't know. And the first time, there's always going to be mistakes. We made mistakes in our first center and our second center. You learn along the way. We didn't have a coach to help us out. So we were kind of just figuring it out. We made a lot of dumb mistakes.
Right.
And
so couple more things to point out. You also want to be careful not to get into a subscription model with some of these vendors, and also not to get into long-term contracts, because you want to try them out and then you want to decide whether you want to stick with them or not. And I made those mistakes too, where I got into a longer-term contract, like a 3-year contract with one vendor. And with another vendor, I got into a subscription model, and those two are definitely not the way to go, unless you have done your research and then you are comfortable with those decisions. Then that is fine. The other thing is aligning yourself with good friends or counselors is absolutely a must. I wish I had gotten into your group like 3 years ago, so that I would have learned as I was going along with the motions to make the right decisions. That definitely is an important thing to have in this long journey. And like with any large endeavor, there would be challenges and there would be pitfalls. You get burned for sure along the way. The goal is to minimize the damages from such fires. Every decision and situation that you come across is an absolute learning opportunity. I remember a wise man once said, "You win some and you learn some."
Yeah, I love that saying.
For sure.
One of my favorite.
How has your experience with your one-on-one coaching with Brian been in the Child Care University? How has that helped you?
The one-on-one coaching has been a absolute God-given to me. I had set my mind on some important things before I was speaking with Brian on a certain direction. And after hearing from Brian and from his professors, I was able to see how I was slightly wrong or vastly wrong, and I was able to correct myself and change course, which definitely helped me. And some of the insights that I gained from these coaching sessions definitely I was not aware of at that depth, because I do not have the background in childcare. And so help me understand better, help me get more clarity and make good decisions.
Well, I enjoy working with you, Jagadeesh. It's been a pleasure. I can't wait for your center to get open next month. We're going to be opening that thing up, and we've been working together, I think, about 6 months now. So that's a good time for somebody to start working with a coach 6 months before opening, to get through a lot of the pre-marketing. We're working on your marketing now, getting ready, and we can't wait to see that ribbon cutting and that first kid getting in that first door.
Absolutely. So I also want to speak about not just the one-on-one sessions that I enjoyed and got a benefit out of, the peer groups that we have, where you can relate to the people that are going through similar things, and hearing from them and the ideas that they have tried and failed, so you don't make the same mistakes, or you don't have to try them yourself, and the ideas that succeeded for them that you have not even thought of. And so these peer groups help me settle down a little bit, to know that there are other people going through the same sort of challenges that I am going through, and that the other people have innovative ideas that I didn't even know are ideas at the time. And so the weekly peer groups are an absolute lifesaver for me. It helped me feel belonged. It helped me know that I'm not alone. It helped me have contacts established with and friendships established with the other group members.
Well, you're not alone. You're in a good tribe. Our tribe loves you, and we love having you. And thanks for being a man in this industry. It's one of those things that we're such a small percentage. I'd like to encourage, if you're a guy and you're thinking, I don't know if I want to get in there, it's a great industry. We make a difference in the world.
Yes.
And it's awesome.
Right. And I don't want to just say that I'm a solo person in this journey. My wife, Shimona, she has been a absolute blast. She's supportive. She helped me helped me make few decisions. She has her own business, and so she has made mistakes and learned from it. And so she cautions me whenever I'm going that same direction. So yeah, it's I'm taking this journey, but she has always been with me every step of the way.
You always have to have that supportive person
Yes.
behind you, whether they're in business with you or not. It's still important.
Yes.
So we love that.
Yes.
Well, what do you do to relax and unwind? That's our mindset question. So where's your happy place? What do you do to relax?
Well, 100% happy place is quality time with family. So we go movie nights, we go vacation times. I personally enjoy those most. And we go on a bunch of vacations with friends and family, and that definitely brings a lot of joy to us. My personal wind down time is just watching useless TV, and reading books is one of my favorites. I miss the paper books. Nowadays, everything is on like your e-readers, e-books, and all of that. But I still try to pick up a book or two every once in a while. So that's my downtime, unwinding time, wind down time. We love entertaining at home. We try to host as many parties as we can with lots of people gathering, hearing their stories, their experiences, jokes and laughter and all of that stuff. That I value a lot, and I'm very happy to say that I am experiencing all of those things with friends and family.
Well, as your center opens and you get a lot busier, things get a little more chaotic in your life. Make sure you don't lose sight of the relaxation and the unwinding.
Right.
Keep that up,
Okay.
because you'll need that more and more. Your mind needs to unwind. Don't just be all work and no play.
Yes. All right, Brian. Thank you.
We're saying that from experience. We learned that the hard way.
Right. Yep.
Well, Jagadeesh, it's been such a pleasure to have you on. Here, see, you were nervous coming on. Everybody's nervous before they come on. Was it so bad?
Well, not bad. No.
To our amazing followers, we want to thank you. I'm sure you've educated somebody out there, and also there's somebody out there just like you, maybe in software, and he's trying to, he or she's trying to figure out what business they want to start. They don't have any childcare experience. You're giving those people hope that, hey, maybe I can make some money in the childcare business. It's a great business. It's not for everybody. It's for somebody who really wants to make a difference in the world. And thank you for being that person that wanted to make a difference in the world. And thanks for coming on the Childcare Genius podcast today.
Oh, thank you for this opportunity, Brian. If anybody wants to have a conversation with me about my experiences, I would be very happy to share them with them.
That's awesome. What's going to be your website that somebody could see the Children's Lighthouse?
childrenslighthouse.com, and look for location Chantilly. That would be mine.
Beautiful. All right. Well, thank you again. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy that beautiful fall weather in Virginia.
Thank you, Brian and Carol. You guys do the same.
Bye.
He is such a nice guy.
I love Jagadeesh. He's a really good man. His heart is so great. He really wants the best for his team, for his parents, and for the children at Children's Lighthouse. So we wish him the 100% best of luck. We know he's going to be a huge success. And we hope that he blessed somebody in the audience to encourage them to get into the childcare business if you hadn't had that interest before. So if you need help in your childcare business and you'd like a free coaching call with me, if you're a center owner, you've got to be a center owner or somebody who wants to open a center, I will do a coaching call with you. Visit our website at childcaregenius.com, and under the coaching tab, select get a free coaching call. You're guaranteed to come away with 2 or 3 items to take action on right away to help you where you are struggling. So this concludes episode 66 of the Childcare Genius podcast. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy life to spend time with us.
And just a reminder to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Childcare Genius podcast. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Childcare Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.